WTIM. Welcome into WTIM, your information station. Sorry in the Jeopardy sound effect right there. It's not WTIM trivia time. It's WTIM morning show time. I'm Tim Zalabak. Thank you all for tuning in this morning, and thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, in Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We are joined this morning by Taylorville Fire Chief Matt Aderman with the Taylorville Fire Department. How are you today, Chief?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. We're coming off the biggest weekend in Taylorville, Chili Fest weekend. Anything to report? Anything good, the bad, the ugly? What were you having conversations about this weekend?
I think it went, from my standpoint, I think it went pretty well. We had a couple for us. We had a couple of medical event calls down there, but other than that, nothing too crazy.
It's always the best thing we can hear. Nothing crazy to report, and we've made it through the 39th annual Taylorville Chili Fest. So just an unbelievable weekend. Huge influx of people. They're talking 15,000, 20,000 people out there. Is that something you guys prepare for, I'm sure, months in advance?
Yeah, we have talks with not only the Chili Fest people, but also amongst ourselves, and we have a plan in place to handle that type of influx of people.
Absolutely, just as we imagined here, and we're having you at a perfect time. It's Fire Prevention Week. So
it is, yeah,
perfect time. So just generally, what do you tell people during Fire Prevention Week? I know you guys have a lot of things going on with the fire department.
Yeah, every year the NFPA puts out like what the focus of this Fire Prevention Week is going to be, and this year it's smoke alarms. Make them work for you. So we'll be pushing that hard throughout the month. I mean, starting today, we'll be in the schools doing fire alarms, and then we'll have visits from preschools, and then the remainder of this week, and then we'll just be all over.
Cool.
Going crazy with it. So
all about smoke alarms. That is really awesome. Smoke alarms do a lot more than just detecting, an average fire smoke. They're also detecting is it carbon monoxide? They're also
carbon monoxide alarm can do that, which we always like to tell people that if you're going to replace your smoke alarm batteries or whatever, to do your carbon monoxide at the same time. And the good thing is if anybody in the community needs something like that, they can always call us, and then we can get them those things so that they're safe at home.
Perfect. When you start to hear that chirp every 90 seconds, and it's time to change that battery heads. So are they all in one? Is it usually smoke detector and carbon monoxide, or do you have two different?
They can be separate, or sometimes they come in a combination. So
very cool. When you're going into schools, is it just for changing, replacing, or is it you're doing some education there?
When we go into schools today, we have to the state mandates us to witness one fire drill a year. So this is the time of year we choose to do it. And then the preschools will come to us, and we'll give a message with them about the kids, about stop, drop, and roll, don't play with matches, lighters, and things like that. So
absolutely. The witnessing one fire drill a year, that's funny, because growing up, I remember that the fire department would show up to one of our fire drills, and we would all think, is this a drill? And no, it turns out that's a mandated thing. That's pretty funny. You mentioned staying safe around flames like that. Anything popular that you've seen in your time as fire chief that, there's fireworks, there's matches, but right now there's a lot of electronics out there. I left my portable charger in my car for a long summer day, and I got worried that was going to explode in my car. Things like that you get out to the people, especially the young people.
Yeah, can cause fires. Yeah. So that would be the biggest thing on the market right now for us that we're looking at. So we like to remind people that if you're going to be charging them, make sure you're home, make sure you have a smoke alarm, so that if you are asleep, that you can be woken up if something was to happen.
Absolutely. I've seen a lot of electric vehicle.
That it's something that's fairly new to the fire service I mean, it's new to everybody because they're electric vehicles, but we have a lot of training on them. So there's different ways we have to approach those types of fires. They're a little more dangerous, and they're would be a lot more time consuming when they do happen.
Yeah, I have to assume. How do you go about putting out a fire of that type?
Very carefully.
Sure. Yeah.
Copious amounts of water. A lot of times, if we can, I know it sounds crazy, but the best thing for fire extinguisher training to different places in town. uh, trained on that so they can meet their OSHA guidelines and things like that. So
the fire extinguisher, maybe it is pretty user friendly like that. But do you find that a lot of people do not know how to use them, or not know how to use them
the proper way, or they forget,
Sure.
a step.
Yeah.
So
you extinguish the bottom of the flames first? If I got a kitchen fire, and I got my fire extinguisher. What are we doing? Are you going directly
Country Financial representative by being the exclusive sponsor of the WTIM Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game. During tornado sports broadcasts this school year, WTIM announcers will select a player at the end of each game who will receive a certificate for being named our player of the game. Good luck to all the teams this season, and go Tornadoes!
Shop local first. Think about what a huge impact local shopping has on our local economy when our money stays at home versus shopping via the internet or Louisville. I'm loving it. These local businesses and the Miller Media Group ask you to shop local first.
Coaching, take your power back. I do holistic personal and business coaching. My service is virtual, so we can visit no matter where you are. Find out more by clicking my icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. That's TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM here on the WTIM morning show, this time with Taylorville Fire Chief Matt Aderman, Taylorville Fire Department. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, in Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. Live stream is working right now. We're having some connection issues with it, but tune in there on Facebook at Taylorville Daily News. Once again, with Taylorville Fire Chief Matt Aderman, we talked Fire Prevention Week in that first half. Now we're talking about some trainings and hirings. Or are these going to be for people looking to get into the firefighter profession, Chief?
Yeah, so we have to have a candidate list, and it's good for 2 years. Okay. So now our next one's going to expire, I think, in February or March. So we're in the process right now of testing. And if anyone is interested in getting into the career field with the Taylorville Fire Department, they can go to the National Testing Network and do our written test. Our orientation will be on December 14th at the firehouse. So if we share a lot of that information on Facebook, so they can go to our Facebook page. There's QR codes that can take you to the testing company and go from there.
Great. I was going to ask, written and physical tests, you got to get that written done first. And do you have a lot of education from associate's degree, or even a bachelor's degree? Do you need that to enter?
You don't need that to apply. We give the preference points. The Police and Fire Commission give preference points based on certain merit that a person may or may not have.
Yeah, awesome. Going about studying for a test like that, is there resources for that?
Yeah, the National Testing Network, the company that puts the test on for us, is the one that has a lot of the study material. Cool. And it's just a little easier way. And there's 3 different ways. They can either test in person on the 14th, or they can schedule a virtual test with the company.
Okay. Is there a physical component to this when that orientation happens?
After the physical, or after the written test and the orientation, they'll do an oral interview.
Okay.
And then to be hired, you have to have what's called a CPAT card. Okay. It's a candidate physical ability test card. And they do that test every other week in Decatur, and the card is good for 1 year.
Can you think of some of the things that physical test has these firefighters doing?
Yeah, it's all firefighter activities. So it's a stair climb with a weighted vest. It's pulling hose, simulated dummy drag.
Wow. So, okay. And you have a new hire in the mix right now. Is that true?
Yeah, we have one candidate that's at the academy
Cool.
currently. So I think he's in week 4 or 5.
Wow. How long do you spend at that academy?
7 weeks.
7 weeks. Awesome. And then is that a lateral hire? Is that a newer firefighter?
He's a new hire. Yeah.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Where do you source a guy like that from?
We sourced him from our volunteer. He was
Wow.
one of our volunteers. So we have a great core of paid and volunteer staff. So he was interested in furthering his career, and that's what he did. So.
Love that. It's the exact movement you want to hear out of that volunteer program.
Mm-hmm.
You take volunteer firefighters. Is that a continuous thing?
Yep. We just put, we're putting the second one will start tonight. So we put 2 on this past month and a half.
Awesome.
And if anybody's interested, they come fill out an application, and then put them in an order and file. And when we have a spot available, we'll let them know.
Perfect. You said you're pretty active on Facebook, Taylorville Fire Department on
Mhm.
Facebook. You can find all that information
Sure.
there.
Yep.
Awesome. It's Taylorville Fire Chief in studio with us, Matt Aderman. And I heard a thing recently, Battle of the Badges at the Christian County YMCA. This
Firemen are going to beat the police officers in a game of basketball. So that's all I've heard about it so far, but it should be fun.
I love the idea of it, and I got my answer. I was going to ask you, who do you think is going to win? That's awesome. Is there a basketball hoop set up at the fire department?
There is not.
Okay.
No.
Figure there might be.
But yeah, I think the guys been practicing, so the police department better bring their A game.
There it is. Our first little jab out
That's
there.
the jab I'll throw. But
I love it. All right, we gotta have a Chief Wheeler in here at some point before that Battle of the Badgers game. That's awesome. When you hear about something like that, you're gonna be out in front of the community. That make you happy to get your firefighters involved, something like that?
Yeah, it does. We like being out in the community and doing different things like that. And this is something fun. I think they did beat us in softball a couple of years ago. And so we're gonna
I love it. I can't wait for it. It's going to be out at the Christian County YMCA, and they're amidst their huge renovations happening over there. So that is really awesome. Kind of switching gears a little bit totally here. It's harvest season, Matt Aderman out there, and we are seeing some of these fields lower with their corn. We're seeing a lot of implements on the road. Any message for people out there traveling?
Yeah. Be patient.
Yeah.
They have to use the road to get from field to field. It's a little inconvenience for some people, but the more you try to rush around a combine or a tractor on the road, you're just going to end up causing an accident.
Yeah.
So
be
patience.
Gotta be ultra careful making passes if you have to make a pass, and oftentimes like Chief Aderman is saying here, just exercise patience out there. Last couple of minutes on this morning show, Matt, Chief Aderman, and I was thinking, I was at the Taylorville football game recently. I'm seeing there's constantly injuries at football games, and I saw Dunn's ambulance service out there. Can you talk to me? Is there a partnership there? Do you guys work together? I'm sure communications have to be pretty clear between those two.
Yeah, we work well with Dunn's. I'm in constant contact with Paula and Bob, and then our staff works well with their staff together. So I think the insurance purposes, they have to have an ambulance on site out there. So Dunn's is the one that provides that for them.
Awesome. And I find that to be pretty common. And in a town of a little over 10,000 people, having two cases, two people on the job, two organizations on the job like that, it's often a good thing to have.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, it makes everybody safer, and it's just better for the general public.
Absolutely. Chief Aderman, got about a minute left. Anything prevention week here? I know it's smoke detectors. Is there a number we can call? A thing we can message to have you guys come out? You
can either message us on Facebook. We're pretty responsive on there, or you can call the fire station. It's 824-2295.
Awesome.
And if you need us to come out, we can do home fire safety assessments or smoke alarms or whatever. So
perfect. Awesome. I was going to ask the question about new toys, new technology, or any vehicles over there at the fire department. It doesn't seem like there's anything new since last time we checked, but there was one vehicle that is new, might be the newest to the fire department there. It has all the bells and whistles on the side. What is that called?
The tanker.
The tanker.
Probably, yeah.
Absolutely. How's that thing been working for you guys?
It's good. Yep. Awesome. We're very pleased with it, and used a few different fires now. So it's worked well for us.
Awesome. Any final words just generally about our morning show today for the people out there?
No, I really appreciate you letting me come on, and
absolutely.
Been a pleasure.
And a perfect time during Fire Prevention Week. I don't know who set that up, but they need a raise. That is awesome. Taylorville Fire Chief Matt Aderman in studio for our first morning show. This morning, Taylorville Fire Department, thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. Live stream looks like it's up and working just fine. We stream live.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W249 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Hurricane Milton gets